Welcome to Saints Now by Chat Sports. Before we unleash the most recent New Orleans Saints roster shockers, I have a burning college basketball question for you. Who claims the ultimate March Madness crown? My money rides entirely on the Arkansas Razorbacks, but we needed some thrilling banter before plunging into today's madness. Drop your absolute best predictions down below right now. Which unstoppable squad conquers this entire March Madness tournament? Boom! The New Orleans Saints strike again in NFL free agency, orchestrating a massive defensive end reunion. Chris Rumph inks a one-year pact, officially storming back to New Orleans. Naturally, the marquee edge rusher we are all desperately praying signs is Cam Jordan. We will tackle his explosive situation shortly, but if Chris Rumph remains a mystery to you, brace yourself for the vital stats. This fierce 5-year veteran aggressively stormed into the New Orleans Saints organization last offseason, directly following the blockbuster hiring of defensive mastermind Brandon Staley. During 2025, he shattered his own ceiling, battling fiercely through all 17 grueling matchups as a terrifying rotational force across the defensive trenches. He was not just a trench warrior, he absolutely terrorized on special teams too. Chris Rumph utterly destroyed opponents with 14 massive special teams halts for New Orleans. Truthfully, he utterly obliterated his previous bests, racking up career-high tackles and monstrous tackles for loss in 2025. He injects dangerous depth and possesses lethal mastery of our defensive scheme. When the dust finally settles, locking down Chris Rumph for another brutal campaign is an absolutely brilliant tactical strike. Let me be crystal clear. Chris Rumph returning absolutely does not mean Cam Jordan's legendary reign is over. Do not twist my words. That is absolutely not the narrative I am pushing. Securing this warrior guarantees phenomenal backup artillery. You absolutely must march into training camp armed to the teeth with 90 ruthless gladiators. Should he brutally fight his way onto the final squad, I will not lose a single ounce of sleep over that dominant outcome. Mark these staggering numbers: 47 savage takedowns, 3 devastating backfield tackles, absolute personal bests, capped off by 2 bone-crushing sacks. He violently ripped the ball free for his first ever forced fumble in 2025. Chris Rumph is undeniably a destructive weapon you unleash into the defensive trenches. Make no mistake, your terrifying frontline destroyers will undoubtedly feature Chase Young, Brian Brzee, and Nathan Shepard, alongside Carl Granderson and Davon Godchaux. This entirely assumes the chilling reality that Cam Jordan is completely removed from the battlefield. Therefore, hoarding a relentless weapon like Chris Rumph pays massive dividends. Ultimately, this is a brilliantly safe, massively explosive reunion. When push comes to shove, we all know the Saints will aggressively hunt for defensive trench monsters during the upcoming NFL draft. Brace yourselves, because that monumental NFL draft is exactly 34 days away. And a massive shout out to you maniacs for blasting us past 57,000 subscribers. Our next epic milestone, 58,000 before the commissioner steps to the podium. We must grind relentlessly over these next 34 critical days. Smash that subscribe button, ignite those notifications, and strap in tight for the most explosive Saints coverage on the planet. 100% free. Now, the New Orleans Saints desperately need more firepower up front. Will they launch a chaotic strike in the open market? My gut screams they will hold their fire, saving their ultimate ammunition until the draft dust completely settles. This is exactly why I firmly predict they draft a young phenom. I hammered that point moments ago. Yet, if they dive back into the free agency frenzy and desperately wanted to obliterate this gaping weakness immediately, they could unleash a massive pursuit for Joey Bosa, Jadeveon Clowney, Dante Fowler, or the legendary Cam Jordan. Honestly, injecting any of these battle-tested gladiators to command the edge makes phenomenal strategic sense. These warriors have left a trail of destruction throughout their entire careers. Yet, staring at that jaw-dropping list of titans flashing across your screen, Cam Jordan remains the absolute best weapon. Why burn mountains of cash on Bosa? Why gamble your future chasing Dante Fowler or Jadeveon Clowney? Sure, it sounds thrilling on paper, but realistically, re-signing Cam Jordan is the only logical move if you strike in the wild open market. I am desperately begging for Cam Jordan's return, provided the contract mathematically fortifies the New Orleans Saints' ultimate championship vision. The numbers must properly honor Cam Jordan. However, I will brutally admit, if he walks away forever, I fully respect the decision. The reasoning is perfectly clear. I know countless diehard Saints fanatics fiercely oppose the idea of Cam Jordan marching back into battle in 2025. Your voices are heard loud and clear. I will not start a war over it. Your stance is completely valid. But in my unyielding opinion, Keeping Cam Jordan in New Orleans for one final glorious ride is vital. Hand him a highly honorable deal. Guarantee him ferocious rotational snaps so he can brutally dismantle offenses and conquer his final milestones. So, what exactly is Cam Jordan hunting for? Those explosive answers are coming right up. But before that, dive straight into the comments and description and absolutely smash this link, chatsports.com/Saints now, or aggressively punch it into your browser to snag the most elite, jaw-dropping City Edition jerseys and premium graphic tees. Our legendary New Orleans drinking team shirts are still surviving in that wild, untamed Mardi Gras theme. Hunting for the menacing home colors or the terrifying blackout gear? Secure yours immediately. We boast every single size, alongside an arsenal of elite hats, tees, and killer Chat Sports swagger. Right this very second, we are forging an epic Tyler Show design. It might literally be live before this video even finishes playing. Annihilate that link, raid the entire collection, and arm yourself with fresh battle gear. Now, let us dive deep into the Cam Jordan chaos. What is his ultimate demand? He craves absolute respect and immense value. But how do we define this elusive value? You have cold, hard cash, relentless battlefield rotation, and the pure glory of golden opportunities. Since his contract violently expired, Cam Jordan wields three massive options. From all the explosive intel gathered, Cam Jordan is actively speed dating rival franchises across the league right now. Make no mistake, the Saints are still ferociously fighting in this massive tug of war. That is the undeniable, thrilling reality of this high-stakes standoff. Yet, craving true respect and massive paychecks drives him. This warrior demands a lethal position to brutally conquer that historic, legendary sack mountain. Craving epic playoff wars and glorious victories fuels his fire deeply. Therefore, who could possibly blame our legendary Titan for fiercely declaring, "Enough"? Claiming this beloved kingdom remains my ultimate desire. However, should the math fail, destiny demands action. Our hero brutally grasped this ruthless corporate game. Recently, insider Catherine Terrell dropped massive bombshells regarding his legendary homecoming, completely shattering my previous expectations. Hope brilliantly survives. Relentless talks continue blazing as management fights desperately to secure our historical legend. Should our Titan depart, rebuilding that ferocious defensive trench becomes absolutely critical. Listen, I passionately hurled a wild, desperate plea across the internet. Behold my ultimate deal. Storm back home, conquer that glorious championship, and I swear I will instantly propose to my beloved. The power is yours. Legend, force this romantic, dramatic proposal. Force my engagement, drag yourself to our hallowed turf, and violently end this madness. Hear our mighty roar. Captain, we truly want you back. We crave your return. Now, speak up, warriors. Must our empire resurrect number 94? Scream your verdicts below now. Scream your fiery opinions, passionate fan base. Shall we forcefully reinstate our most terrifying historic weapon? Regardless of our legendary warrior's final fate, management hunting fresh, violent trench killers awaits. Should tragedy strike and he flees, securing a monstrous edge rusher absolutely dominates opening night. Naturally, explosive perimeter weapons remain vital. Replacing Alante Taylor is critical too. Caleb Downs stands out as an absolutely brilliant fix. Between Sonny Styles and Ravel Reese, endless glorious paths exist. Drafting at spot number 8 offers pure magic. Yet, hitting pick number 8 while desperately craving pure edge terror. Honestly, anticipating David Bailey, surviving that long feels wild. Furthermore, boldly demanding his capture feels dangerously unwise. However, Ruben Bain Jr. completely mesmerizes my soul. Sure, critics relentlessly attack his physical measurements. Yet, witnessing his pure, violent dominance, utterly destroying SMU, changed my life. Despite Miami crumbling, his terrifying aura radiated pure destruction. His majestic playoff rampage showcased jaw-dropping agility, terrifying flexibility, lethal acceleration, and sheer power. Unleashing that specific chaos upon our sacred dome feels absolutely brilliant. Injecting explosive youth alongside Chase Young creates an unstoppable, terrifying nightmare for opposing quarterbacks forever. Management absolutely must acquire ferocious trench monsters. Let me scream this loudly. Ignoring this massive crater remains utterly impossible. Securing our legendary king solves everything. Witnessing his dramatic homecoming remains highly probable. Honestly, predicting his glorious return feels like a 50-50 bloodbath, or perhaps a 1-3 war. 3 rival empires violently clash for his loyalty. Yet, I guarantee with 100% certainty our kingdom drafts defensive monsters. Between reuniting with our beloved icon, buying ruthless mercenaries, or drafting fresh blood, management guarantees violence. Now, brace yourselves for my ultimate, earth-shattering, final revelations. His glorious comeback thrills my soul, yet his heartbreaking departure feels inevitable. Witnessing this franchise ruthlessly slaughter its historical eras feels intensely painful. Management clearly detonated our beloved golden era, aggressively forcing a terrifying yet exhilarating metamorphosis into an entirely unknown, futuristic battlefield. Enduring another agonizing farewell with our legendary captain feels entirely plausible after recent bloodbaths. Yet, despite incoming sorrow, an electrifying destiny absolutely fuels my adrenaline. Every faithful warrior must absolutely embrace this upcoming spectacular reign of terror. Commanding an elite, affordable signal caller unleashes unlimited financial warfare. Prepare for explosive acquisitions and ruthless drafting. Weaponizing this temporary financial loophole unlocks pure championship magic and legendary destructions. Furthermore, observing our defensive fortress deeply inspires me. Commander Brandon Staley absolutely possesses unmatched tactical genius. Witnessing unparalleled dominance throughout 2026 through 28. Forget chasing fleeting miracles. Management violently rejects brief, lucky triumphs. We crave eternal devastation. Building an unstoppable juggernaut that violently devours this league for half a decade remains our ultimate, glorious goal. Ultimately, while heartbreaking farewells shatter souls, tomorrow's explosive promise heals. Smash that subscribe button immediately. Passionate warriors, your dedication absolutely fuels my soul. Conquer your week with sheer dominance, stay relentless, and prepare for our next thrilling collision soon.